There we go, bitches.
What?
As soon as I saw the live thing, I just wanted to insult them.
Oh, just scaring all the people. Just scaring them all. I see how it is.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just use my phone to pull up the chat just in case anybody talks on there. That way I can just see your beautiful avatar and then see Jared's face.
Yeah, I need to have a second monitor.
Oh, dude.
It's like essential, right?
Yeah, you're living like a savage right now.
I know.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm trying to see here.
Have those are those gunner lenses?
Yes, sir. They help out a lot. My eyes get really tired otherwise.
Okay, I was gonna say, does it really help out or?
Yeah. So side topic before we get started. Yeah, these are gunners. I like them a lot. A while ago, I think you probably remember, but I was having a lot of issues with my eyes because they would get like really fatigued, and I would have weird issues with my eyes. Somewhat
Weird
stress
issues?
caused. Huh?
What do you mean weird issues?
Like going blind in my right eye and having
What?
weird flashes. Yeah.
Are you sure you don't have, I don't know if this is true, but I know that those can be symptoms of
Torn retina?
no, fucking high sugar. What's the thing? Or low sugar.
Oh, hyperglycemia, hypertension.
No,
think
well,
one
that
of the-
true. That too can be, but no, I'm talking about diabetes.
Yeah, no, I've been checked for that several times, and I don't have that. I thought that's what it was too, but it's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems stress induced from what I've found out.
Oh my
What
god!
I've
You gotta be
gathered.
You
careful.
found out? Your doctor told you.
My doctor told me. The eyes, the doctor. Okay, so I got a link here. I'm going to share this, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. Yep. But no, whenever I don't wear these glasses and I'm on a computer for a long time or around certain bright lights, my eyes bother me and they get tired. But like right now, they were tired earlier because I wasn't wearing them like an idiot. And now they feel very refreshed.
Okay. I have what is supposed to be a coating for my lenses as well, but mine are of course medicated. And I have
Yeah.
to the anti-reflective for the night lights when you're driving, right? The fucking lights
Yes.
from the cars. This thing's supposed to reflect that, and it works really well. And also has a coating for similar for those those lessons have, and yeah, it does really help out.
Yeah. Surprisingly, these help a little bit. I've driven in them a few times, and like for whatever reason, like bright lights and some jerks with their high beams on, this tends to help a lot with those. I don't wear them all the time, but I found that I forgot to take them off one day, and that's why I found them off. Found that out. I was like, oh, okay.
You're not medicated though, right?
Nope.
They're not prescription drugs.
Nope. I don't need them yet. Hopefully.
Because I looked into those before, and oh my god, it's very expensive to have them prescripted.
Yeah, it has +1 magnification or ×1 magnification or whatever, but
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
That's
That's just to help
not even-
alleviate some of the stress from your eyes when you're on a computer. It's not to actually be prescribed. So that said, we'll go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, I'm the Philosopher, and welcome to the Console Xplosion podcast. It's been a couple of weeks. It's been very busy, but we're back, and we've got some our Overwatch updates and a little bit of conversation on that topic. And then we have our usual suspects today. We have Jared, CEO of the ConsoleXplosion.com, and then we have Gokado or Antonio.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, the biggest stick around, yeah. and I'm not talking because I'm fucking annoyed. It's the reality.
And then Jared's the other one.
He's got the
He's like,
biggest
yeah, whatever.
dick in Mexico, which isn't that big. Some more quesadilla.
Oh, jeez, guys. But anyway, so Overwatch. Overwatch Season 4 is out. It's already started. people are already complaining about a specific character. We've got some new updates, and yeah. So who is this character that is upsetting everybody right now?
I'm guessing Bastion.
Yeah. What's the deal with him? What's going on?
Oh my god, he's so good right now. I've actually been playing him a lot, just because how good he is. The thing is, he is he used to be not viable, not because of his damage output, which is always been very good, but his immobility. It's very very easy to counter him, and he was made of glass. Right, you could very easily have a couple of shots with soldier accompanied by a rocket, and he's done. And it's like, and since you are like immobile, it's very easy to kill you, right?
Right.
So now he has a passive ability. It's called Iron Cloud, and so yeah, now when you are in turret mode, you receive 30% less damage for everything. So you combine that with like nano boost, for instance, you can have for instance, a tracer's pulse bomb, and it will not kill you. You can have a Hanzo ultimate, it will not kill you. You have like pretty much almost every ability will not kill you. And then if you combine that with the new ability where you can now heal while you are receiving damage, and if you have another healer healing you, like a Mercy, or boosting your damage and healing you, pretty much unkillable at that point. And then with the amount of burst damage that it has, like if the team plays around you, right? If you have a Reinhardt, a Reinhardt, shielding you, and you have healing you, you have a good Bastion, then it becomes a war of bastions at that point. Because the other team will have the best one will win. But actually, people are getting around it now. I mean, it's only been a day, right, since this changes. Besides the PTR started happening live, so now people are. What I've started to see is people like using more like Sombra, which is really good because Sombra will be able to go behind lines and hack the Bastion. So when the Bastion is hacked, you get out of turret mode automatically, and you can't heal. You can only shoot like in normal mode. So it makes you very vulnerable. So I've seen people do that, or go, Hansos, Widows, to be able to kill you from a distance. Oh, yeah. I think he might need to be toned a bit. I think the Ironclad, instead of being 30%, should be down to 20 or something like that.
Right.
And I think it would be good. But people are up in arms for what happened in a day. I don't think that's fair. I think, again, people need to settle into it and figure out how to work around it. And I've seen it happening now already. So,
right.
Yeah, he's very good now, but I wouldn't say he's like broken, to be honest. I wouldn't say that.
And it's kind of interesting because, like you said before, it kind of makes Sombra more viable as well because he's gotten more powerful. It makes using him, like, since he's taking up a slot now, Sombra is like one of the good characters. Sombra, I would say maybe Tracer as well.
The thing is that Tracer, now she has to kill you. Before, she could empty a clip on your critical spot, and you will be able to die. But now you can't. You don't die. You have to have a couple of clips. So it makes her a good Bastion. Will be able to turn around very fast and either kill her or make her disappear, go back, get away. Right.
Right.
So Tracer is really not a counter. You still have Genji as a counter. It's a very good counter still. But he has more counters as well against Sombra. And I think this is very healthy for the game because before Sombra, it's very useful when you have a coordinated team, right? Because her ultimate is really, really good to break points, but people need to be coordinated. And I think you start to see that not really even, but at least a little bit more in diamond and above. I honestly, when platinum and below, it's really not. It's really people is not coordinated at all. So I don't think it works very well. But to take care of the bastion, there's really not much coordination needed because you're just taking him out of his, position, and he's not able to make the damage that he wants to without coordinating with anyone. So I think she's still very viable now, even with an uncoordinated team, which I think is healthy for the game.
What do you mean by that last part?
Because as I'm saying, before Sombra, it's not that she's bad, but she needs to have a coordinated team in order for her to really work very well.
Mm.
But now, because of how many people are running Bastion, the team can be not as coordinated, but she's still very useful by hacking the Bastion every time she can. That way, Bastion is not doing the damage that he needs to do. He cannot heal, so other people can heal her very fast, and he's not on turret mode, so he can't make the big damage that he wants to make, right? So no need for that much coordination now to make Sombra work much better now, or have value out of her now than what you used to before.
That makes sense. I would imagine, of course, though, if there was some great teamwork, you could coordinate some pretty good flanks with Sombra and the rest of the team.
Yeah, Sombra is all about her ultimate, to be honest. She can be good flanking, but the thing is that she has like 0 damage. It's really hard to make her work. She's good to kill tanks, or at least give them a lot of hits, because her weapon, she starts with maximum spread. She has a fucking huge spread on her Uzi, so she's really hard to land good hits. And they have like 0 damage, right? So the only really way is to have a very, very good aim, or try to get land your hits on tanks. But again, I don't think she's really that good of a flanker for that. I think she's good to like hacking the health packs, and also hacking like the shield for Reinhardt so that you can push. But her ultimate is ultimately what she's really useful for. But
That makes sense.
But again, you need to be coordinated. So,
yeah, she's a high skill level character, because I tried playing her a few times and I was just like, I'll keep playing in non-ranked mode, but in ranked mode, I'm not confident. I've branched off a little bit from Lucio, and I've played some other characters fairly successfully within my skill level, but she's not one of those characters at all. Also, I don't know if this is last season or this season, but I know Zenyatta had a change to his Discord orb. Is that last season?
That was quite a while ago, actually.
Okay, I'm catching up on Overwatch. I'm not as skilled as either of these guys in the chat right now, so I'm slowly playing catch up and learning. This guy has been helping me out. Antonio's been helping me to learn some things, and then your Overwatch. If you are trying to learn Overwatch, I've watched a lot of tutorials from them. They're very informative and have very well done videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and get into this other topic, because it might get lengthy. I'm not sure. In this last game, mainly I want to talk about like team toxicity or team play, and just to preface for people who don't play that many online competitive games. One, the term toxicity refers to people who just have a toxic attitude. They bring the rest of the people down. They lower your morale. And there's a lot of that in a lot of other games. There's League of Legends, Dota, I can go on forever, but play games and there's so much shit talking. There's so much like name calling and blaming going around. Like this guy going over here throwing gang signs out. Like imagine.
No, they're little Street Fighter characters. Yeah, want to talk about toxicity? Yeah, Street Fighter, right there.
My God, here we go again. Anyway,
hey, it's been a while since I brought it up. So
okay, all right, that's fair enough. But yeah, so back to what I was saying is, with Overwatch, maybe this is my experience, and I had a game right before I hopped into this podcast, and it was actually a very pleasant game, but I lost. But like the team was all cool, you know. We communicated, and people actually having mics isn't always a thing. People actually talking on the headset isn't super common, but I don't see too many people just like throwing salt, talking shit, and just blaming too often. It still happens. Don't get me wrong, but compared to other games that I've played, from like Halo 2, from all the way up to now, I've noticed that the level of toxicity is a lot lower. I don't know. I'm curious to know what your guys' experience are at higher levels.
Lower in Overwatch? You mean?
Yeah, at least for me.
I guess
I'm curious to know what happened to you.
No. I mean, it's up there with every single. It's just normal team play. It's gonna be like that. People, you know, you may have people that have entered to it. You might enter into a game and have people that have probably a losing streak at that point, right? Have fucking 5 games that they lost. They are coming into a new game. You're probably it's like your first game or whatever, and people are already tilted, right? So Jared, for instance, his penis is tilted already. So, you know, he comes in and he's more tilted. So yeah, I mean, you have people that come in and sometimes people perceive that someone is not doing what they need to do, whatever, and he's tired of losing, right? And he feels that he's been doing what he needs to do, but he's not winning. And then he comes to another game and the same things happen, and he sees his fucking number go down and down and down, and it's just you just wanna punch, you know, fucking none in the nuts. You know, it's just like you wanna fucking bring hell, and that's normal. That's normal, and I think the idea that you believe that it's less here, I think, is the same. It's just probably you've had good luck, but that's another thing. And this we've talked about this. Jared doesn't believe me on this, but I said that you can kind of bring that down when you, since the beginning, you are trying to be cool with everyone and like compliment people. As soon as they get a pick or they do a good play, they heal you or whatever. Thanks for the heals. Good pick there, Genji, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then people, it boosts morale. It's the opposite effect of being toxic, right? So you combat that with, toxicity with kindness, I guess.
So I want to kind of add on to that. There's a couple of things I want to add on to, but so to stay on topic, what you're talking about in the coaching world is there's a couple of combination of things. One is like validating what they're doing. Like the term validating usually refers to like them feeling a certain way, like, hey, it's cool to feel this way, but and kind of just acknowledging the fact that they feel a specific way and that it's okay to feel that. That's validating and acknowledging. And then there's also championing, where you're basically telling people that they can do it, and the short explanation of it. And this is what I do when I work with my clients, and you can hear the change in their tone. It's a little different because you don't have that same level of trust when you're playing with strangers online. But I mean, what you're talking about is the same thing that I do with clients. That's one. That's like 3 or so of the things that goes on, and it actually has validity behind that. And even when you were playing, even when I was playing, and Antonio, you were watching me play on the spectator mode and encouraging me to do the same thing, and communicating with my teammates. I definitely think that it helped with the morale. You want to raise morale, like playing a game, especially when it's team or singular. Morality in your mindset is a huge factor. Like if you have 2 people who are on an equal level of skill, it's all going to be up here. I mean, I'm not super experienced with Overwatch, but studying people has been kind of my trade for a while now. And there's a lot of validity behind it. I know Jared's a little bit more of a pessimist, but yeah, I think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
No.
and
No. I want to put my 2 cents in here real quick.
Go for it.
put it
All
on.
right.
Put it on.
All right.
Put it in there.
Let's do
First of all, I am very supportive to my team. I say, hey, good job on not shooting that guy that's in front of you. Great job on not healing the people who need to be healed. All right. All right. When you talk about losing amount of games in a row, it
Yeah.
sucks. I dropped from 1986 all the way down to 1100 in 2 days. And your morale is just done.
Yeah.
Because the way that especially Overwatch works is the more you lose, the more points they take off, and the more you win, the less you get. I mean, I'm losing.
It's
No,
not.
no, no. I'm losing more than I'm gaining.
Yeah, but let me
when
tell
I
you
win.
though, it's called the streaks, right? If you have a losing streak, you start losing more points. If you have a winning
Yeah.
streak, you start winning more points. But I don't recall how many games it starts to be a streak, so that it has a multiplier after that. But yeah, no, and yeah, you're right. I mean, I went through that same phase actually, the same thing where I actually lost 1,000 points while playing, and you know, seeing those games where, like, in every single game, I have, and I know that there's an argument to be made about medals, gold medals, but it still tells a story, right? And you see every game losing, and you still have the goals that you need to have per your character. Is like really demoralizing seeing yourself, being the best in the team, seeing yourself done what you needed to do, at least in terms of what your team did, and still losing, and then losing, and then losing, and having 1,000 points away from where you started. It feels like total shit. And I went through that same phase. I uninstalled, fucking Overwatch for like fucking 2 weeks or some shit.
Yup. But when it comes to toxicity, I found that when you're in the 18 to 1900s, there wasn't too much toxicity. When you get to the lower 1700s and 1500s, it's full. And it's also full of a lot of trolls in those points. And I don't know why. They don't give a shit about their points at that point. They don't give a
I'll
shit
agree
about their
with that.
SR.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why. And it's like, they're playing comp just to sit at the base and do nothing. And it's like, well, why even play? I don't give a shit about my SR. I'll get it back, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, you're wasting time for everybody else, really. But, dropping down to the 1100 point, from 1100 to 1200, you had the people who wanted to do good. You had the people who wanted to work as a team. Once I hit 1300, I hit nothing but toxicity again. Like, just huge. And I couldn't get out of the 1300s because you had people who were like, they didn't want to do it. They're all doing their own thing. They don't want to play a team-based game. And like Antonio said, I'm the top of my team. I'm the best of the worst. Right? You're walking out with 5 golds, and in some case 6 golds if you can heal yourself. So, it just makes no sense.
No, I again, I went through that same phase. My experience was when I started. I believe what was it? I started with like 23,000 or something like that, and I went all the way down to like 13,000, like in a couple of days, like 1,000 things. But then after that, I went back, and I believe I stayed in like the 2,500. So like 200 points more than when I started eventually. And then for some time, I staggered in like low platinum, right, for several weeks. I couldn't get out. And the same thing, you will be surprised that, the same attitude and the same thing where people don't want to play as a team and trolls and whatever, it still happens at low platinums. Same thing. I start seeing a difference, honestly, at high platinum, low diamond. That's when I started noticing, well, people now are actually really trying most of the time, right, to do that. You have less disconnects, you have less people trolling. You have more people trying to work as a team. More people willing to switch where something is not working. And when you go like in meet diamonds, where I've been now, it's actually really enjoyable games so far.
Because there's two reasons for that. One of them is when you're in the low diamond, they don't give a shit because they hit diamond and you don't lose it, even if you fall all the way down to 1,000 points. You're always going to have that diamond on there, or the platinum. Sorry, platinum. So they don't give a shit when in a low platinum. When they just get from high gold to platinum, they don't give a shit because they already have the platinum thing. They don't care. So that's where that disconnect happens, right? Where they just don't know. I got the platinum. I don't care. It's always going to show I hit platinum. Go me, right? And that's the attitude. And then once you get to your high platinum, they're working to get that diamond. And in diamond, it has a decay, right? If you don't play and you don't keep playing, you lose it. So that's why you have those people who are still trying to work hard for that. And that's why, I'd love to get up there. The reason why I dropped so bloody low is I had 9 games where someone disconnected. 9 games I had a handicap of 5v6. And in a team-based game, when you're missing one person, it hurts. And it hurts a lot because people can't pick up the pace, as a 5. I know when we play as the TCX, when it's, we can play, we won, 4v6 before? So, because we work well, we know what works, we know each other's moves, so we know how to work with each other. When you work with people who don't work well and don't know each other, this is what happens, and that's how come I drop so much. But, I just think, you're lucky. I find when you get to that point to where, like, gold or silver to gold, those people are trying hard again because they want to get to that next one. Right, but when you're in the 1800s and 1900s, like I was, you had those people who were silver who were trying hard to get the gold, but you had the people who were gold down in the 1800s who didn't care. And that's where a lot of the losing comes because they don't give a shit. I got my gold, I don't care. I got my platinum, I don't care.
Yeah, well, I mean, in that's a stupid way to think about it because then how are you gonna get to platinum, right? Unless
I don't think they give a shit.
Yeah.
Unless,
The two things that I've noticed that I try not to let get to me, partially because of your advice, and then also just because I try not to let that get to me. But trolls, for one, like for example, I had one guy, I think he might have been streaming or something last night, but he had a soundboard and he was just doing all kinds of ridiculous shit, and I'm trying not to laugh more than tilt because it was actually kind of funny, and but at the same time we were losing. But we get those kind of people, but more annoying is the people who won't like change a character that's obviously not working. Although in some of their defenses, some people somehow didn't join the chat and couldn't hear us talking, but there are some people who just genuinely don't want to change the character.
yeah, well, that's the problem. That's another problem. People not joining the chat, they do it because like most of the time you will see that with people that know they are not going to do well with whatever pick they're going to have, but they still want to play that character, they automatically get out of chat so that people don't give them shit, but it's a team game. In a team game, you need to be able to play for the greater good, which is winning. Because if not, then why the fuck are you playing a team game, right? If your character is not working for the team, right? Even if you say, you know what, I have all the goals, but if the team is not working well with that character, either way, if you're still losing, you still need to do something about it. Just because it's a team game again, you cannot win a game alone. It's impossible.
And that message right there is straight to Ian and his Hanzo. If it doesn't work, change. No one wants to play with your Hanzo.
Yeah, get the fucking point, bitch.
Yeah, there's been times, and let it be known, I'm not a great Overwatch player. I mean, I have a good teacher, but I'm not that good yet. But there's been times where I'm playing ranked, and someone will ask me to switch to a different character, or I'll even ask, like, hey, who would you prefer me to play? And I don't play the best, but because I'm trying to, the people that are actually working on teamwork will call out what they need, and I'll do good enough so that we can win. And it's those small little tweaks to, like, not being selfish that allows you to really win. And there's so many people that, they're not toxic per se, but when it comes to team play, they just don't understand the core concepts of working together. You don't always have to be the best player to win in a team game. You just need to be a good team player. Sometimes you just get outplayed. That's going to happen. That's any game whatsoever, where there's a skill-based, where there's skill involved. But when there's a team game, if you have strong teamwork, even if you don't know each other, there's still a good chance that you can win if you're willing to not be selfish and play for the greater good, as Antonio said.
And that's a good testament, overall. Joking aside, you play together as a team, you're going to be successful as a team. And I really suggest people who want to play ranked or even play Overwatch in general, play with friends, because friends go a long way to being successful, in my view, because you all work together. But you know what? Work with everyone else that's at the game as well. How many times do we go into games and there's a group of 4 and they're all mic'd together and not with the other 2, right? So people aren't working together. So
yeah, I do see that.
And also on a side note, Tavian's not great at Overwatch. I've played with him because he can't button mash like Street Fighter V.
Can I just say though that
It takes skill to play Overwatch.
I have a little gripe with the fucking placement matches. I think they're it's worthless. I mean, I went 8-2, 8 wins, 2 losses, and I got the same placement of what I left the last fucking season, and this happens to everyone. I mean, last time I lost pretty much all of them, and still have the same SR that when I left the other season. So what's the fucking deal of having those 10 placement matches?
Well, what is the placement matches even ranking? Right?
I don't know.
Because
that's exactly my opinion. It's nothing really.
Yeah. Because in so far the games I've lost, I've had mostly all golds or all silvers, but I've been playing a lot to make sure I'm on the point, compared to my last placement matches where I never play on the point because I'm trying to flank all the time. So now I'm trying to play on the point because are you ranked by how much you're on those 10 points every time you're on the point? Like, is that what helps your SR? Like, what really is your fucking SR at this point? Because I don't know. And I've played different. We're on season 4 now, and in each placement, I've played different things, done really, really shitty, done really, really well, and did really, really, really well, and yet I still end up, low silver.
The placement matches don't really do anything. The thing is that you have a hidden what they call MMR number, and that number is like based on your skill level, and they use that to try to place you where you kind of belong.
Play Lucio, apparently.
Well, Lucio, I think it's one of those characters that are very impactful. Very impactful in the game, yet you don't need to have like the greatest mechanical skill to play him successfully.
I'd agree with that.
And but he has a lot of skill. But he has a huge impact on the game. Again, the only character that will help you, that will help the whole team have faster speed. Especially for like slow characters with high impact, like Roadhog, for instance. He's able to just go in, have a pick, kill whoever he hooks, but he needs speed to get out of there because people are gonna turn their backs and try to kill him. It's more stuff like that. Or for instance, let's say you have a team fight and then you kill 4, there's still two there that are trying to escape. You will speed boost everyone to kill them too, stagger the team, and have a better. It's small stuff like that where he will have a huge impact. And his ultimate as well. He will he will make you survive whatever fucking other ults that you're being thrown at you. So yeah, he's very very good. No need to high mechanical skill. So I think that should be a good entrance because people want to
Yeah.
go in when they don't know and want to play DPS right from the back. And I think you're not going to be successful because you need to have game sense first to be able to be successful in the game. Even if you have good mechanical skills with FPSs.
He took me to gold in placement.
Yeah, man.
One thing that I've been playing with Antonio quite a bit. And there's this little app here on the phone called Overwatch Sumo Overwatch, and it tracks what you're actually playing, your actual level of gameplay. Like yesterday, my Junkrat I played at a diamond level in competitive, and my Mercy is a platinum 4. And my other day, my Winston is a grandmaster. And it tells you what your skill levels, what you're actually playing as with those characters, and you can track it and then get a good idea of what you need to improve on because it shows you how many kills you get and everything. So anybody that wants to actually play, Overwatch competitive or really want to know where their skills at, that's something you need to download. I didn't download it for the longest time until finally I did, but you're able to really work out what you need to work on with those characters and with your mains for sure. So Sumo Overwatch.
It's called, let me tell you, it's called Over Sumo.
Oh yeah, right, Over Sumo.
Sumo.
Yeah, so that it's a good way to track, as you said. I think it's good, and I think it does kind of tells you how you're playing. The good thing, it's something that you need to track as well. It's your swings, because everyone has a swing on your skill, if it makes sense. I mean, you're not consistent every time playing at the same level every time.
See? A master Junkrat. Damn it, and I'm still losing.
Teamwork
Fuck
makes
this
the dream
game.
work.
Yeah.
Fuck this game.
But okay, well, on that note, we are out of time. So yeah, Over Sumo, definitely check that out. Season 4 is out, and don't be toxic. Play with your team. Get a headset. They're like $10 on Amazon, and actually talk with your teammates. Don't be one of the guys that just sits there and doesn't communicate. If you hear people talking, try to talk with them. At least that's what I think, because you're gonna have a higher chance of winning, in my opinion. The people that I've actually won with are the people that usually communicate with me, even if it's via text. Like, even if you're typing on a keyboard, like, communicate with your teammates. On that note, I will go down the line. If they have anything else to add, then they will share that as well, and also let you know where they can be found, starting with Antonio.
Yeah, you can find me at YouTube, Gokado Retro Reviews. Gokado is Gokado. Retro Reviews, yeah. I think I spelled that right. Anyways, yeah, and of course at the Console Xplosion. I don't give my Twitter because I
You don't tweet?
I don't really use it, to be honest.
No tweeting, bro?
I don't tweet.
Do you
I don't
even tweet?
I don't even tweet for shit. I might start tweeting Donald Trump.
Oh man.
He needs a little bit of money for the wall, so yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You better start saving up, bro.
I'm PayPaling him. I just asked him what's his PayPal. So
The real Donald Trump at trumpmail.com.
yeah, man. That's it. Okay, but he needs to know that I already paid for it. I don't want to pay double,
Oh, that's true. Get your receipts, bro. Save them.
Yeah.
Screenshot it. You'll be good. Be good.
All right.
All right. And,
All right.
do you have anything to add?
Yeah, just check out consoleexplosion.com. Check out our YouTube, Facebook, VidMe, SoundCloud. The other one that we use, Audio Cloud. I don't.
Mixcloud.
What? Mixcloud. Oh, there it is. I forgot. Mixcloud, great free one that we use. Twitter, tweet us, shoot us a tweet. Also, make sure you check out our Twitch streamers. We have streamers every day of the week. And we have 100 games to give away. So watch those streamers and get a chance to get free games. So that's the best I can say. 100 games to give away through the Console Explosion Twitch channels and YouTube streamers. So
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of fucking games.
Can I win one?
People need to get into that shit now.
Games, get them right now. But anywho, excuse me. I am the Philosopher. You can find me, of course, on the Console Explosion, as well as other YouTubers and some of the streamers as well have different videos on there. You can find me on facebook.com/thephilosopher. YouTube have a new video out if you are into fighting games, specifically Street Fighter, unlike some people. You can find that video over on youtube.com/thephilosopher. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a comment down below letting us know what you think of the new updates and Season 4. And that said, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.
Bye.